Oh my goodness, the GOP clown show. The GOP needs to stop treating their voters like their children. Oh boy, somebody's running radar nearby. So I've noticed a very childish tactic that the GOP uses, and the fact that it's so childish and stupid and basic, it's insulting to American conservatives, because basically the Republican Party thinks that their voters are stupid enough to fall for these tricks. So what state police all over the place. So what happens is, if something happens on the right and it's a very bad look, whatever that thing is, whatever the word is that is used to describe that thing, right? Whether it's stochastic terrorism, or it's being divisive, or whatever it is, right? Whatever that word is, the Republican Party and its allies will try to use that exact same word against the Democrats, but they do it in a very childish manner, right? So for example, we look at January 6th, an insurrection, a coup. Of course, dishonest propagandists will try to say it's not a coup because they try to pretend like there's only one type of coup. They focus on military coups. They're like, oh, coup is a military. There's different types of coups, right? But regardless, that was a very bad look for the right. So what's the response? Oh, I'm a Republican.
Speed limit decrease ahead.
Or
255 miles per hour.
a right-wing influencer, and I think that Republican voters are stupid, they're children, so I'm gonna treat them like children, right? I'm gonna do something so dumb and obvious, but I think they're gonna fall for it. So what am I gonna do? If, let's say they swap out Biden with Kamala Harris like they did, right? If someone in the Democratic Party at a hearing has a loud outburst and says, this is not the way the process is supposed to work. You can't just put Kamala Harris in. We should have an open convention. And whatever it is, like just loud and kind of ranting or whatever. And that's it. They have their time. They get 3 minutes to speak or whatever it is. They do their 3 minutes. They get a little loud, a little animated, right? Oh, it's a coup, Democrat coup. They're trying to do an insurrection. Oh, look, there's an insurrection of the Democrats. Look at this. Oh my goodness, this is out of control. And look, they don't have nothing to say, right? They want to talk about January 6th. And look at this. Look at it. This guy's unhinged. Look at this Democrat. You know, what's going to happen? Is he going to go and it's like, what? What? I mean, it's so ridiculous. Like right now, the thing right now is to use the word coup for everything, right? They're trying to do a coup against Biden. There's a Democrat coup. It's like, bro, really? And they did the divisive rhetoric stuff, right? So, you have, people talking about hang Mike Pence. You have Trump encouraging people to punch people at his rallies, talking about executing people, and I mean direct rhetoric. You have a bunch of Republican
speed limit.
Politicians who are doing political ads with guns, literally blowing stuff up, and talking about they're gonna wipe out the Democrats and all this kind of stuff. I mean, overt violence, guns, explosions, right? And then Joe Biden, in some private meeting with donors, says something about, oh, we got to put Trump in a bullseye. Oh, divisive rhetoric. Look at this violent rhetoric. Look what the Democrats are doing. And it's like, do you really think that Republican voters are that stupid that they're going to fall for that. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, you see, they're doing the same thing. Biden said bullseye. And that's the same thing as blowing stuff up and guns and Trump talking about executing people. And right, it's the same thing, right? I think that, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, the people who should be most upset and frustrated with the Republican Party and right media should be conservatives. If I were a conservative, I would be so upset with being talked down to and insulted by, Ben Shapiro, Steven Crowder, Fox News, the Republican Party. I would be just so outraged. Like, what do you guys think that we as conservatives are so stupid that we can't see these childish games that you're playing, right? If I were a conservative, I would be like, listen, man, stop with this bullshit about coup. Democrats are doing a coup. There was a bill to secure the border. You guys blocked it because of Trump. What you gonna do now? Right? You can still revive the bill, do something. Where's the fight to secure the border? What are you doing about inflation? Right? What are you doing to protect my kids in these schools from indoctrination, from whatever? Like, that's me as a conservative, right? Rejecting the coup narrative, the coup bullshit narrative, rejecting the DEI and DEI this and DEI that, and oh, Kamala Harris is a ding dong, right? Rejecting that and saying, hey, buffoons, we the conservatives of America, we are not a bunch of idiots, right? We can see the games that you're playing. Stop with your partisan games and get to work. We elected you to go and fight for our conservative values, the things that we are, things that matter to us, right? We have all these babies being murdered, right? People are doing all these abortions and they're doing it too late, right? What are you doing about abortion? What are you doing about inflation? What are you doing about China, right? That's me as a conservative, upset with all these bullshit artists. Ben Shapiro, Steven Crowder, Tim Pool, stupid, what's his name? What's that stupid guy? Oh, truth and my 5 million truth, whatever. We're gonna tell the truth, and they say it's a conspiracy theory. Hey, which is not a conspiracy theory. Well, I don't know what's happening here, but it looks a little funny. I'm not gonna say what I think it is, but it looks a little funny here. Okay, guys, right? All these bullshit artists. What are you doing to fight for the things that are important to me as a conservative? That's what I will be saying. I will be so upset. I ain't got no time to be talking about the left and CNN and MSNBC and what the left-wing media is doing. Who cares about them? As a conservative, I would care about the Republican Party and my right-wing media basically just circle jerk, right? Playing games. It's a coup. It's a coup. Look, they're doing a coup. Oh, no. I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? Like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? As a conservative, I would not have any energy or time to be talking about the left or left-wing media. I would be outraged by right-wing media and the Republican Party playing us for fools. We elected you guys for results, not for the culture war games and the bullshit and everything. The left, the left, the left, the left. As a conservative, if I was a conservative, I would be like, listen, I know how bad the left is, which is why I elected you guys to implement the things that are important to me, not to be playing games talking about coup, it's a coup, it's a coup, 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 it's a coup, everything's a coup. Oh, it's an insurrection. Look, somebody raised their voice, insurrection. Oh, Joe Biden said bullseye. Oh, he's being divisive. Boys and girls, like, be so outraged if I were a conservative. I would not have any time to be worried about the goddamn left. Because the only reason the left has the power that they do to do whatever they're doing, and they don't really have no power, I'm just, the left according to right-wing media. The only reason that you see things, let's just say things that are not conservative happening around this country, is because of the buffoons in the Republican Party and the right-wing media too busy goofing off and not doing what conservatives elected them to do, right? Distracting them with the games and coo, right? If they weren't so nonsensical and ridiculous, we wouldn't have Donald Trump as a candidate, which is the only reason why Kamala Harris is doing so well, right? If not for the media, one serious, probably a Republican governor or senator, representative would be the nominee, not Trump. Somebody who's sensible, somebody who's serious, not talking all this craziness, not, affiliated with all these lunatics. And therefore, Kamala Harris, she would not be, people would be like, listen, man, Democrats, we voted for you the last time. You said stuff you're going to do, you didn't really do it, right? You got us out there and you tricked us. We're not going to do it again. Ironically, Kamala Harris says we're not going back. The voters will be saying we're not going back. What is all of this enthusiasm behind Kamala Harris? It's because of Trump. It's because of Trump. And why is Trump the guy? Because of right-wing media and the Republican Party. The clown show. Playing games with conservatives. Instead of getting to work about the things that matter to conservatives, lowering those taxes, securing the border, dropping inflation, right? Dealing with crime. Instead of dealing with those things, they online goof around. Oh, she's a ding dong. Oh, cool. It's a cool. Right? And while they doing all this clown show, the rest of the country is like, oh my goodness. The right has lost their minds. These people are crazy. Project 2025, look what is going on? And then they look at Joe Biden, they're like, okay, I guess I have to just to get rid of Trump. Right? People don't even they don't like the Democrats. They don't like Joe Biden, but they was like, listen, we're about to do it. We're going to vote for them because we don't want this craziness. Why we have the craziness? Right-wing media, Republican Party, playing games, insulting conservatives, acting like they're stupid. Right? That's why things are the way they are. Right? So a lot of people are like, we're going to vote not for Biden, but we're going to vote against Trump. Then they get rid of Biden and give him Harris. Then it's like, okay, now you give me an option where I can vote against Trump and not feel so bad about it. Right? Because some people are doing it, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm voting for this guy. Right? And then a bunch of people are like, no, I can't do it. Right? Now those people are like, that were going to hold their nose and vote for Biden are now like, okay, Kamala, I'm not really a fan, but, she's younger. Right? And she's not Biden. She doesn't have the baggage of Biden. And they're like, okay, now I don't feel so bad about doing it. So actually, some of those people that were going to vote for Biden reluctantly, many of them weren't going to actually vote, right? Because if you're reluctant to do it, when time comes and you're busy, life is, things going on, a lot of them are going to be like, forget it, man, whatever, right? So a bunch of them weren't going to show up. Now those bunch are going to show up because it's not something where it's such a sour pill to swallow. It's kind of like, I don't like Democrats, but I don't want Trump, and kind of like, okay, whatever, right? So now you have a higher percentage that said they were going to vote, that are actually going to vote, and now you also have people that weren't going to vote at all, right? Because they're like, oh, we don't like Democrats. They're like, okay, I definitely don't want Trump. But again, what is bringing people out to the polls? Donald Trump. The Republican Party and right-wing media have set things up to screw American conservatives, playing little culture war games and distracting them and playing all this. I know you are, but what am I? They call us a coup. No, they're doing a coup. They said we're doing an insurrection. No, they're doing an insurrection. They said we're divisive. No, they're divisive. They're calling us that we are fascists. No, they're fascists. They say we're no, they're a threat to democracy. Like, as American conservatives, we're smart enough to see the same game being played over and over again. Right? You probably recognize games being played on the left, right, by the Democrats, little games and stuff. And as a conservative, you look at them, look how stupid they are, right? Look at those stupid liberals who think the Democrats care about them. They're so dumb. But as American conservatives, like if I were a conservative, I would also recognize the bullshit being played by me. You think it's only the left being scammed? You think it's only liberals being scammed? No, conservatives are being scammed. They're being scammed by right-wing media and the Republican Party, playing these games, this circus, this clown show, right? And why are you guys getting all caught up in this? Oh, this and that, and cool, and this. Oh, look at Democrats. Why are you guys getting all caught up in that? Everything is being set up against you. They put Trump up, which is motivating, you know. And then here's the next thing. It's so stupid, man. There's going to be a historic voter turnout. Why do I know that already? That's the whole thing. A lot of people caught up in the nonsense and right with media, they'll be surprised about it. I'm not surprised about it. Of course it's going to be historic turnout. Not only because you have crazy Trump, right? He's the guy. So he's already one of the biggest sort of, he's like a, what do you call it? A mascot for the Democrats, right? It's kind of like, you know, hey, you want this guy to be president? Oh, no, no. And they come out to the polls. So there's going to be a historic turnout. And then, again, the childish games. Right-wing influencers are going to say, oh, my goodness, they stole the election, obviously. You mean to tell me that Kamala Harris got more votes than Obama? Kamala Harris got more votes than Obama? All right, you think I'm stupid? Common sense. Listen, anybody that keeps talking to you, if you listen to somebody that keeps talking about common sense, let me just tell you a little trick. Typically, the people who talk about common sense the most don't have common sense themselves. That's rhetoric that you use when you're talking to simpletons. I've seen it, unfortunately, just being born in a third world country, right? I was around a lot of people who were uneducated, right? So I know how people talk who are uneducated. And they love to talk about it's common sense. Use your common sense. They don't have any common sense. They don't have common sense. Talking some bullshit. They be talking some bullshit. Don't know what they're talking about. Ignorant. Uneducated. And listen, I want to clarify, we talk about uneducated, some people might take offense to it. I don't have no college degree. I only have high school diploma. But I am educated. Education is key, but where you get the education is optional. I got formal education up to high school. Beyond that, self-education. You can read books, you can educate yourself. Right? So if you don't have a college degree, I'm not talking down to you. I'm talking about not people that don't have paperwork. I'm talking about people that are just stupid and ignorant and don't take the time to actually try to educate themselves and learn about things and understand things rather than relying on common sense. Common sense would tell you, how on earth could a ding-dong DEI Kamala Harris get more votes than Obama? Let me just give you a clue. If that scenario doesn't make sense to you, that's proof of how disconnected from reality you are and how flawed your thinking is. It's very clear to me that it's going to be a historic turnout, and historic turnout means it doesn't matter who's on the ballot, right? If you have a historic turnout, it doesn't matter whether it's Ding Dong Harris or it's Tales from the Crypt Biden. It means that they necessarily are going to get more votes than previous presidents, right? You have a president before that was more beloved or, had higher rating, approval rating, whatever it is, irrelevant. If you didn't have the levels of turnout as you have now, then that necessarily means that the election now, whoever runs, whether they win or lose, is going to get more votes than the previous president. So that's probably going to happen now. Kamala Harris, whether she wins or loses, is probably going to blow out Joe Biden votes from 2020. Might even blow out. I think she's going to blow out votes from Obama at this point. And I guarantee you, they about to play this, they stealing election stuff and Wagon Gate and Sharpie Gate. Oh, look at this. And Steven Crowder gonna be all over it. Some video on Facebook. Oh my goodness, some lady with a basket, and in the basket, look at the 2 seconds and whatever, the basket was on the left. And then 2 seconds and whatever, the basket's on the right. Why would it be on the right? How did it get over there? Obviously, the footage has been edited, and this is they stuff in the ballots. They stuff in the ballots. As an American conservative, I would be so frustrated right now. Again, I wouldn't have any energy to worry about the left and what the left is doing, what the left is saying, what left-wing media is doing, what liberal media. I wouldn't have no energy because I would be so on fire about the people I voted for, so on fire about my media. This is the Bateman channel. Debate me in the comment section below. Click on the like button, subscribe, smash that bell. Be well. Amazing. Amazing. Whatever happened to that guy who always talking about anti-gay stuff? Then he was another closet gay himself. Jesse Lee Peterson. Wow. Bye.